Hi, and I started doing World of Warcraft recipes. I shouldn't use the plural because I've only done one so far. Just before New Year's, with the intention of every couple of weeks doing a new one. These aren't from the World of Warcraft cookbook, which you can also get. These are my own take on some of the cooking recipes that you can get in the World of Warcraft game. So a very belated second one. I will try and get them out a bit more frequently in future. But I've decided to go for Critter Bites, which is a recipe you could get in Wrath of the Lich King. The intention for this one is actually to feed it to critters so you could control them. So what I've done for this one is I've got myself some critter meat. I didn't actually get critter meat, they don't sell it in the supermarket. So I used pork instead and cut it into small pieces. Now, the pieces just need to be bite-sized. You need to try and cut them into roughly equal pieces. It's our old friend surface area to volume ratio. A small piece of meat will cook more quickly than a large piece of meat. So if you have them as massively different sizes, you'll have some pieces that are not cooked enough and too many that are overcooked. So what we want to do to these is we're just basically going to add some herbs and spices, and it's whatever you want. What I've gone for here is an eclectic mix. So first of all, some dried bay leaves I've put in there. Garlic, I don't really have fresh garlic much. I don't use garlic that much. So I have like the lazy garlic. This is lazy garlic from a jar, basically. The same with some chili. I put in some cumin, some ground black pepper, some paprika, some cayenne pepper as well, some oregano, but you just add whatever you want in. To that, I basically added some olive oil and I gave that a stir around, give it a bit of a mix. And then I added several cups of pineapple juice. Orange juice works pretty well as well. And just basically gave it all a mix and then put it into a pan. What we want to do in terms of the sort of juice levels, it doesn't really matter. You know, it could come above the level of pork, below the level of pork. It really doesn't matter. If you look at how much I put in there, that's going to work pretty well. And then what I did is I brought it up to a boil to begin with. And then when that happened, I turned the heat down very low. And then put the lid on it, but not completely covered. And I sort of came back to it every 15 minutes to give it a bit of a stir. And then after about an hour, but you play this one by ear, obviously don't let it boil dry. But after about an hour, just put the fork in. Once it's what you'd call fork tender, so you can put a fork in and it doesn't put up much resistance. At that point, I transferred it to an oven-proof dish and put it in the oven. You could put it under the broiler or grill, whatever you want to call it as well, just to sort of crisp up a little bit. I put it in there, a medium hot oven. That's 200 degrees Celsius. I'm sure you can sort of convert that into Fahrenheit or gas mark. I might even put it up there if I'm being nice. And for half an hour. And then took it out and it was done. And you can do whatever you want with it. You can put it into tacos, you can put it into sandwiches, you could just have it actually as bites. You can try feeding it to critters and see if you can gain mastery over them if you like, but I wouldn't recommend it. Or just as I have, just serve it with a bit of rice to have as a lunch or late tea. So there we go, that's my take on Critter Bites. Hopefully, as I say, there will be some more World of Warcraft recipes coming. They're supposed to come at roughly 2-week intervals. Hopefully I'll have the time to do that now. And so the next one hopefully will be in a couple of weeks. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share for further content. And until next time, I'll see you later.